Hey everyone, so in today's video, I am re-upping my makeup bag. This summer, I haven't been testing out a ton of new makeup. So I thought I would update my current makeup bag with a ton, this is my new one, I obviously just finished filming, with a ton of new makeup products to start testing with you guys. In today's video, I'm walking you through my old favorites that I've been using for a while now, and then sharing with you guys all of the new ones. We got the Rhode blushes. We're gonna talk about these. This new concealer from Tarte that everyone's talking about. Glossier lip liners. I have so much to say. The list goes on and on. So I hope that you guys enjoy the video. And let's just start getting into the makeup. Okay, so like I said, we have some items that I bought from Sephora, and then we have some like PR-y kind of items. So first of all, if you watched my recent video where I talked about how to prep the face, my No You Don't Hate Your Makeup, You Actually Just Hate Your Primer, you guys would know that I absolutely love the Rhode Glazing Milk. This is my second bottle and it's like almost out. However, we are going to be replacing this for this month and testing out a new one, which is the Ordinary Saccharomyces Ferment Milky Toner. So I'm putting this stuff on my face today. I'm really hoping this is very gentle because of the blemish I have going on. You guys, hormonal acne is such a... I have not broken out on anywhere else on my face. Like, very, very rarely do I do since I was literally like 25. And it's only been like here. And it's just so frustrating. I don't want to do spirulactane, at least not the oral spirulactane. I'm maybe considering doing a topical, but you guys let me know down below any of your thoughts. I'm just on some other medications and I'm worried that the spirulactane will like mess those up. Anyways, this is a lot thinner than the Rogue Glazing Milk. No scent. It feels really good on the skin though. And I love Saccharomyces filtrate ferment. It's so nice and soothing. So I'm just really trying to pat that in just to not disrupt my sunscreen as much as possible. So into the new makeup bag, we'll be going the Ordinary. I also have this new Believe Aqua Bomb eye gel. I want to use a little bit of this just for fun. It looks like this is a new item. I really like Believe. I think this is how you do it. Oh, yep. Why does it always scare me? Like when you're pumping out product and then it finally comes out, I'm always frightened for some reason. Let's see. This is nice and cooling. I'm not used to filming this early, so this might be kind of nice. Oh, it feels really good. Ideally, I would have put this on under my sunscreen, but into the makeup bag it goes. I was gonna say I'm gonna throw on some foundation, but I just realized I have another priming product. This is new from Say. It's their Rose Glow, their Glowy Super Gel. So typically I would put this on like right before my sunscreen. But this is a good opportunity to show you guys how I would use a product like this over top of sunscreen. I did use this once, like I pumped it out. I want to kind of use this as a replacement for, again, my Rhode Peptide Glazing Fluid. So this is going out and we're going to try out the Say. So this is what I would do. I'd kind of warm it up in my fingers a little bit and tap it on and then press it in. And can I just say, guys, I really, really like this shade. I might use a brush too to just pat it in a little bit, but I really, really like this shade. Let me give you a swatch just on my hand. It doesn't really look like much in a swatch, but when it goes onto the skin, it just adds this beautiful little rosy glow. And if you like kind of a sunburnt vibe in the summer, like this gives it without, they obviously have the sun glow, which is more of like a tan shade. But weirdly enough, I feel like I like this one more. I don't know what it is quite yet because again, I've only used it once before, but it was kind of like an immediate, there is a tone to this that works really well for me, and I'm still trying to put the pieces together. But can I just say, like, if we took away the pimple, look at how good my skin looks right now. Acne is such a bummer. It really is a bummer. I feel for like all of you guys out there that struggle with it. I do have a new concealer and corrector, which I'm super pumped about. Say is going into the bag. I'm gonna wear the Luminous Silk today. I'm gonna put this on. I wanted to say, I had potentially thought about buying the new Luminous Silk bronzer for this video, but I was able to swatch them in person when I went to get my pickup order. Tell me why there's golden sparkle in them. I don't know if it's gonna show up on the skin, but I was like, come on, guys. It is like, it's 2024. I was about to say it's 2023. It's 2024. We know, like, we should know better by this point. Throwing that into the makeup bag. And I will say I'm also going to throw in the Forever Skin Correct. That is what I use to cover this blemish. Other than the texture, you can like barely see it. This, as far as concealing blemishes, is top notch. I don't think I've used a spot concealer that I love more than this one. So we need my little comfort product in the makeup bag. But let's get into under eye concealer. So Tarte recently released, I think it's kind of like a revamping of their product, the Creaseless Creamy Concealer, and then they also have a corrector. So I bought a 16N Fairlight Neutral and the Peachy Pink corrector. So I thought on one eye we'll use the corrector and the concealer, and then the other eye we don't, just to see, you know, what happens. So you can see there's like this tiny little brush to add this on, which I love. I mean, look at how that got right into the area I needed it. It also encourages folks to use less. You know what I mean? And I think that that's really good. Again, this is the peachy pink shade. And I'm glad that it encourages people to use less because you really, I'm getting the vibe you don't need a lot of this. It's very wet on the finger. And that's kind of how I remember it, the old formula being. Definitely seeing the correcting benefits. I feel like that is quite a difference. Is it just me? Rofo Diet Coke always hits. If you don't have Royal Farms near you, that is a big bummer because I'm such a Royal Farms stan. Like, I love Wawa, but Royal Farms for me is like top tier. And then people that are not on the East Coast have like no idea what I'm talking about right now. Okay, so the Creaseless Creamy Concealer from Tarte. The concealer itself has the doe foot applicator. And that, I'm gonna say, is a little too light for me, but that's all right. So I'm just adding, I'll add a little bit on the outer corner as well. And I do like to let my concealer sit for a second, and while that's happening, I'm gonna let you guys know that I do have the Terra 28 Serum Swipe Concealer back in my life. It's the freaking bomb. I ran out. So, you know, if this doesn't work out, because you guys know how I am with concealers, that's okay, because we can just throw this one right in that makeup bag. Just blending this out, tapping it out with a finger. I mean, that looks nice. It does not look overly dry. My hollows aren't exaggerated, which is really, you know, that's very important for me. I don't know like if they're concealed, but let's see how this side looks. I did use a little bit less concealer on this side just to not overload the eye with product. Looks a little more natural, but this looks a little brighter. What do you guys think? Which side do you like more? Could you like tell that there's corrector over here? I feel like there is a shade difference, so it's a little bit more obvious, I think, for me. You know what? Let's add just a little bit more. See what happens. And then I think this time I'll just blend it in with my beauty blender to see. Yeah, it builds. I think this is going to be one where I have to see how it wears because right now, like, it ain't half bad. And usually I'm like immediately no with a concealer. Like, I'm immediately yes or immediately no. And the fact that I'm not immediately no is a good thing. But as we go on with makeup, like, let's keep checking in on the concealer. For now, though, I am going to put the concealers in the makeup bag because I think for now that is a product that I want to keep trying and is not an immediate no. Well, guys, I bronzed the skin and I really talked you through it. But when I went to the bathroom and came back, My mic got unplugged. So let me give you a quick recap and also show you me applying since I have the footage. So Ciel came out with their Bronze and Protect SPF 50 bronzing serum. This is the shade Bronze 01 and it is pigmented. I feel like they got a lot of pigment more than some of the other bronzing serums that I've tried, but I really like it. It's quite neutral, which is just a nice change of pace for a light bronzer. A little bit of like a sheen to it, not anything sparkly. Definitely notice like a luminosity to my skin, and I kind of love it. Love the packaging as well. The packaging is beautiful, like this deep green, like clearly I love a deep green. And by the way, this is zinc oxide, so it is safe for sensitive skin. And it has SPF 50, which is great. Yeah, previously I was using my Charlotte Tilbury. I've just really been using up a lot of it, but I think now I'm going to put in the Ciel for testing. And side note, when I went to the bathroom, I did check up on the concealer in Natural Light, and it looks really good. So I am feeling overall very positive about everything going into the makeup testing bag. Before we talk about the Rhode blushes, I'm going to do my brows and I'll be right back. All right, folks, the brows are done and I'm just going to throw it out there. I've been using the Moisture Surge lip treatment from Clinique. Where has this been all of my life? This is one of the best lip balms I've ever used. It's kind of like, to me, it's like Vaseline on steroids. Like, it's so beautifully healing. And because of that, I am not going to replace it this month. I'm just going to keep using it. And I meant to put it on a lot sooner. But let's talk about these Rhode Pocket Blushes. They sent me all of them. I've only tested out a couple of shades. And where's that one shade that everyone's going crazy over? Yes, the shade Toasted Teddy. This is kind of the shade that gained a lot of traction, so I thought I would try it on for you today. It is this really pretty, like roasty, toasty, sunburnt shade, which I think it makes sense why this kind of terracotta shade is doing well right now, because it's, it's the summer. But let me put it on for you guys. This is one of those items where, like, because I haven't tested them enough, I'm still gonna include them in my makeup testing bag. They're just replacing the Say Spicy. I'll give you guys a swatch of these two next to each other. They're pretty similar. But I will say these pocket blushes from Rhode are really pretty. I'm kind of surprised that they perform as well as they do because the texture does feel a little bit slippy to me and it, like, not in a good way, like kind of a silicone-y way. But I never have issues with it like sticking oddly to my skin, which is a huge red flag with a formula that has this kind of slip. I know people are adding it to the forehead just to give you that like sun-kissed look. So freaking pretty. I'm gonna add a little bit more to the bridge of my nose. My favorite place to put blush. I think it's just so flattering, at least for like me, what I like my nose shape. I think it's so flattering. Anyway, yeah, we're looking sun-kissed for sure. So yeah, this shade is definitely going into the makeup bag. But while we're here, we have all of these other shades. Oh crap, before that goes in the bag, I meant to give you guys a swatch of this compared to Say Spicy, which I've been using a ton. They're so they're so similar. So that's Say Spicy and that is Toasted Teddy. So what's nice about Toasted Teddy is it's not as dewy as the Say, but Toasted Teddy definitely is a little bit more neutral, touch more pink, a little bit more orange to the Say. So it just depends on what you like. I think if you have Say Spicy and you're like, oh, would I like this color from Rhode? Yes. Do you necessarily need both? No, obviously. I am really enjoying this formula and this color. Okay, that's going back in, but I think we should add a little bit of a color on top. Yeah, oh my God, like my face, I don't know how much more color it can really take here. But another shade that people are going crazy over is this shade Sleepy Girl. This is not a shade that I would wear. Mm-mm. Not a shade I would typically wear. And my channel is not just about me, it's about you guys. So I thought I would add a little bit to like the center of the face. That does, that does add a little something. Kind of like it brings a little bit of a freshness back to the middle of the face, like a little bit of dimension. Such a silky formula. And I know like some people really don't like the packaging. I kind of love it, but I don't know, maybe that's just me. I also have the new lip tints. We'll put on a couple of these in a second. But first, let's talk about the eyes. So consistently, I've just been using my Surratt Beyond Beige Quad. Like, this has been the palette of the summer for me. I did see that NARS released their new eyeshadow sticks, the Total Seduction sticks. So I did decide to pick up the shade Strip Down. And it looks to be, I haven't even swatched it, a really, really pretty color. And I just think I'll get a lot of use out of it. So I thought, hey, this could be a really good like one and done shade. So let's see if I feel like that is the case. We're gonna kind of do like smoky, smudgy. The pigment is there. The pigment is there. I thought there was gonna be a little bit more red to this, but it I don't know, on camera it still looks kind of red, but maybe it's just my lights messing with me. You see there actually is a little bit of a stiffness to this. I was kind of expecting it to just like melt, and it is blending really beautifully, but I think the fact that it is starting to dry down is actually a really good thing because that tells me that these want to last on the skin and stick where you put them without them just like melting off. See, like still a really easy blend. And again, I'm just going for like something like very undone and simple today. I'm just gonna build that up. And then I am gonna take some on the lower lash line, which is something I almost never do on my channel. At least like in my everyday life, I really don't. But for like something like this kind of like sleepy, slept in, summery, like I was out at the beach all day and now I'm like, I don't know, at like a bungalow party. What am I talking about? Yeah, that's the vibe we're going for. So, and that looks really good with green eyes. And I was hoping for that. I was hoping that this color would look good with my eye color, and it does. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit more on the outer corner. I have also been using the Nabla eyeshadow sticks, and those are really fantastic. Really, really good. I love this eye look. It's so simple. You guys, you saw that took like 2 seconds. I am going to put this into the makeup bag. I'm like bonkers excited about this. I am gonna use a little bit of the Natasha Denona Groundwork palette. I've talked about this before, but I think this is like one of my best makeup purchases I've ever made. And I'm taking the shade Bark in here. The shade, wait, this shade right here. And I'm just adding a really soft wing. Like, because I still, like, I don't want this to be a super intense look. And something I like to do, like a little trick I like to do to like open up the eyes, I'll go right under the lash line and kind of like draw a line from the very outer lash line to the outer corner. And that open space with no makeup in this little area that's kind of like white, it kind of naturally makes my eyes look a little bit bigger without like doing an over exaggerated kind of mod, throw a white eyeliner there. Like I could do that and I have done that and I like it. But I think this is kind of like a more subtle way of doing it. I love it. And I think it actually might look good with bottom mascara. And I never do that. But let's talk about mascara because as of late, I've been using the Lancome Lashy Doll. Hadn't used this one in a while, but if you love that very thin, fluttery wispy kind of lash. This is very good. I like to kind of think of it like Glossier Lash Slick Mascara, except a little bit more because that one's very natural. This one adds a little bit more of the intensity that I like, and it's also a little bit more of an elongated lash look. Another one I've been using and loving is this brown mascara from Judy Doll, and this one can really be built up. It's one of those like metal wand mascaras. I love this one, but it takes it takes some work to get off. Usually I'll use my quickie mascara remover from, I know Clio has one and so does Eson. So I just kind of go between those two. I'll leave this and all of the products I'm talking about today down below, by the way. But yeah, the Judy Doll, it takes a second to take off, which is amazing for this time of year. Like this is not moving, but sometimes I don't want to worry about it like taking a while to take off. So I thought, let's try the YSL Lash Clash. I don't even remember the last time I bought a YSL makeup product. It's been a really, really long time, but people just rave about this mascara. And I'm like, how good could it be for like $30? The wand is insane. The color looks amazing though. I got the brown color. Since I've been using like brown mascara, I was like, hey, let's try out another brown mascara. So just gonna curl my lashes. Let's see what this mascara has in store for us. I will say it feels super luxe. It's not like really weighty, but just like the packaging in general feels pretty luxe. Right, the wand is friggin' giant. This is coat number 1. Oh, that's pretty. I am noticing that I'm like afraid of getting the mascara everywhere though, because the wand is so giant. I mean, my lashes look really good. The formula feels a little bit more wet, but not like crazy wet. And you can tell too because it's not like clumping super easily. So it's not like obnoxiously wet. I mean, this is really pretty. I'm just gonna look down into a mirror. Sometimes I feel like my mascara applies even better that way. I mean, I think that looks great. Is it like $30 great? I don't know. We're gonna have to see like how it wears. I typically don't like spending a lot of money on mascara. I've seen the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara going like viral again. The like chocolate version, the brown one, and I'm like, isn't that one notoriously like poor wear time? So I bought this one also being like, well, maybe this is a good alternative because it is like this giant fluffy wand the way that that one is. And I feel like there's a potential that this one could work just as well. All right, so we're just gonna have to see how that goes. I will say it like, it's not as lifting as I would want it to be. I do like a good lift on my mascara, but the color is really satisfying on the eyes. Like, do you see that? That's a nice color. Lash Clash is in the bag. Okay, before we get into setting spray, because I do have the new one from M Cosmetics, I think I want to do lip because I picked up the new lip liner from Glossier in the shade Buff. Really excited to see how these look. I really do like this kind of translucent cap. I think that's kind of just kind of refreshing. You don't really see that much. And here's the shade Buff. Kind of, yeah, just like a very typical buff shade. But the recent lip liner that I've been loving is this lip stain from Palladio, which is like a lip stain liner, and this shade seemed like very similar to this. So in the effort of testing, I wanted to put this one away. I use it all the time. I already know I love it. And then I wanted to test this shade out in this formula. That's a nice texture. It's not overly creamy, which is actually like, I know a lot of people love a really creamy lip liner. I'm not one of those people. I like a little bit more control. This is giving me control. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I think that looks so good. Listen, it's kind of difficult for me to get like super excited about a lip liner. That shade is so pretty. And it's very flat too, which is a good thing. Like it does look like natural lip rather than really creamy cream pigment on the lip, which I think is what gets you a very realistic lip lined effect. I think that makes sense with Glossier's like brand identity. Yeah, I really like that. It's a good shade. It is a good shade. Okay, this is going into the makeup bag. And for like lip products, again, I've been using a lot of like lip stains. I've been loving this one from Clio, the Crystal Glam Tint. This is a very juicy, pretty lip stain. I don't know why more people don't talk about these. They're very good. I've also been loving the Naturium Phytoglow lip balms. I mean, you guys know the drill on these. But I thought instead of these, we could start testing some of these new peptide lip treatments from Rhode. I have never tried out their shades. I've only tried out the clear one, which I love the clear one, just as like a lip balm, but I've never tried out a shade. I feel like this shade would go well, Salty Tan, or we could even go with Peach Pit. Peach Pit might be kind of fun. It could bring like a brightness to this look, but I don't know if we want bright. Oh, it's so sheer. I feel like Peach Pit's kind of the way to go. Look at that lip combo. Are you guys seeing this? What is going on? I gotta be honest, I'm not the person that's like, this is the new lip combo. Like, I'm not a huge lip combo person as far as like just typical makeup style things that like really stick out in my brain. This is one of the first times, at least in recent memory, that I've been like, this is the lip combo. Oh my God. I love it. I love it so much. Damn, you were going in the makeup bag. All right, let's set the face. Previously, as you guys know, I've been using the Airbrush setting spray from Charlotte Tilbury. Really made a dent in it this summer and love this one. It's very mattifying, which is great. However, M Cosmetics recently came out with their Divine Water Perfecting Mist. So we're gonna give this one a go and throw this one in. Oh, that is, first of all, always make that mistake. Start talking when it's still in the air. That is a fine mist. Definitely finer than the Charlotte Tilbury. And it's wider, which is nice because it feels like one spray is covering your entire face. Added a little bit, like it definitely added a luminosity, but whoa, that mist was like pretty elegant. And here it is, guys. This is the final makeup look. And here is my final restocked, re-upped makeup bag. So excited to keep testing out all of these products this month. So definitely let me know the ones that you are the most interested in me doing a deep dive on. There is not a single one of these items on my face right now that I'm like, this isn't gonna be good. Kind of still blown away right now by this lip combo. And the eyes, we've been over this. I am really, really liking everything so far. But I hope you guys did too. And overall, just thank you for being here. I'll leave everything in my new and old makeup bag down below for you guys. And I will see you all in my next one.